Those who saw the final of the Under-19 World Cup between India and Bangladesh would remember a couple of things. I watched it, and also a tape that later came out as to how fractious and vicious and aggressive the match got between India and Bangladesh. A lot of abuse was used, which was very unfortunate. Seniors like Kapil Dev later commented that such a thing should never happen on a cricket field ever again. It was that bad. But my main focus is on three players: Yashasvi Jaiswal, Ravi, Bishnoi, and Priyam Garg. All three figured in that final match against Bangladesh. Priyam Garg was the captain. Yashasvi Jaiswal was the opener, and Ravi Bishnoi was that intrepid, superb leg spinner who almost turned the tide with 4 wickets, but just couldn't make it. India lost that final to Bangladesh. But all three are in the IPL 2020 and they are doing pretty well. Maybe Ravi Bishnoi is outshining the rest. But the focus is on all three because cricket is a young man's sport by and large, and it depends a lot on how the young legs chase. I remember doing this show called Silly Point for Sahara Samay, and Mohammad Azharuddin was one of my main panelists. And he and I, we were watching an India match, and one senior player chased the ball from first slip to third man. He was struggling. I won't name that player. But Azhar Bhai said, chase karna aana chahiye. He should learn how to chase, because if you cannot chase, you should not play for India. It was surprising for me, and I had a detailed chat with him later as to why was that great emphasis on the chase. Why not on the other technical skills, batting, fielding, bowling? But for Azhar, it was very important that you should be able to run on a cricket field, chase. So young blood means that they have the ability to chase. Let's begin with Yashasvi Jaiswal. He has so far played for Rajasthan Royals. He was picked up at the age of 18 for 2.4 crores. But looking at the way Yashasvi has been treated by the Rajasthan Royals, I feel he needs to be mentored more. One of the matches I saw, he got out first ball. His scores have been inconsistent. Then subsequently he was dropped. So these players need to be mentored. They need to be looked after. They need to be pumped up a bit because they are very, very young. They are 18 to 19 to 20 years of age. This is their first major exposure, playing with some of the finest talent in the world under a marquee brand called IPL. But the captain and the coach needs to look after them better, which maybe Yashasvi, in Yashasvi's case, is not happening. A quick look at Yashasvi Jaiswal's World Cup scores. So it was 88, 105 not out, 62, 57 not out, 29 not out, 59, and he was the highest run getter in that tournament. He's also played double 100 in 154 balls against Jharkhand in the Vijay Hazare Trophy match. So he can play a longer innings too. Yashasvi's background is interesting because he is from Bhadoi, the carpet town of UP, a small town. He spent many nights in his early days in a tent to become a cricketer. He went to Azad Maidan in Mumbai, joined a club. His father sold Golgappas. He drove a cab to push his son through. So it's the hard grind. Yashasvi knows all of that. He would know how to grab that opportunity. His earlier coach, Jwala Singh, recognized his skills and also mentored him. He became a member of the India Under-19 team, which defeated Sri Lanka by 144 runs and won the Asia Cup for the 6th time, and Yashasvi was part of that. But currently, I still feel that he needs to be mentored, looked after a bit better, and needs to be pumped up. Shane Warne is the mentor of Rajasthan Royals, and who better than him to have a quiet word with Yashasvi and buck him up. Ravi Bishnoi, a superb leg spinner, and I noticed when he came into bowl, some of the senior commentators were talking about the fact that he has a longish run up. He comes in at a rapid pace, and that is because he was earlier a medium pacer. When he was advised by his coach to become a leggy, probably saw a certain skill in him, and good for him because he is a brilliant leg spinner. He depends a lot on the googlies, and the way he got Finch out in one of the matches was absolutely magnificent. Someone as experienced as Finch could not read the googly. Quite a few others cannot. Ravi Bishnoi is being mentored well because he has coach Anil Kumble, and Kumble is one of those who always backs his young troopers, particularly the bowlers. So Bishnoi is doing well. I just have one or two observations to make about him. He depends more or less a lot on the googlies, the fast googlies. When a person comes in from the under 19 category to international cricket at any level, there is a gap. And one of the under 19 players themselves said that when they came into Ranji and started playing, they were sledged by the senior players saying, this is not under 19, this is at a different level altogether. And maybe that sledge is right. Second is, Bishnoi depends too much on the googly. Sooner or later, you will be found out. There is a lot of technical advancement going on. The coach and the team management spend a lot of time on each and every player of the opposition trying to work out what is their wicket-taking delivery, how does their mind work, stuff like that. So he needs to improvise, and he would be better off being able to have a chat with not only his coach, but figure out how he should acquire newer weapons in his armory. Coming to Priyam Garg. Priyam Garg is one player who has played exceptionally well in the domestic circuit. He is a very fine batsman, an exceptionally gifted fielder, and that has been repeated quite a few times. Those observations have been made. He comes late in the order in the T20 circuit, so there is a bit of a problem that maybe he does not have enough time. There was only one knock of 60. He played for Sunrisers against CSK, which highlighted his skills. All three have time on their hands. All three have certain very fine skills. They need to be, like I said, be backed, be mentored better, be coached better, and probably the BCCI needs to have a serious look with Rahul Dravid at the NCA as to how these young kids are mentored, because Dravid is one of those who has devoted a lot of time, unlike many of his contemporaries who like to sit in the com box or pontificate from a distance. He has devoted his life to cricket. He's giving a lot back to the game, and he believes in the youngsters. So maybe Rahul needs to have not only a look at these very fine players, but also the newer bunch which is coming up through the pipeline, so that India doesn't miss a beat and these people shine in the days to come.